Saturday. What am I up to? Blades here, if you didn't already know. Welcome to Amber Skies, future of 3D networking, which is what I'm working on. In the office today, so thought I'd pop on and show you what I've been doodling. I started doodling, and well, have a look. See what you think. Yeah, okay, the handwriting's not so great, but it's a doodle. I've got my MVP, which is what matters, really. Oh, that's a nice colour, that'll do. And, yeah. Messing around, seeing how to put together a batch renderer. Yeah. So, this is the batch renderer. We are going to have a model warehouse which loads models, creates a model, stores the model. That's the important bit. It's going to create a model and store it. Which provided me with a few thoughts. How are we going to store this on disk? And the models depend on technology. Yeah, so think past the code, think into the game. It depends on technology. So we need technology, a tech level. And I hadn't even thought about it until now. So I thought I'd come on and talk about tech levels. Tech levels. We've got a 3D6 game, so tech levels are 3 to 18. 3 being medieval, 18 being godlike, I suppose, but we can go 1 to 20. So 20 would be godlike, 21 we will make non-existent. So tech level 1 would be the amoeba, tech level 2 would be the dinosaur, tech level 3 would be the fantasy, tech level 4, I think we're heading on then to advanced fantasy. You know, Flintlock period. 3 Musketeers period. 5 would be World War One, maybe 2. 6 would be today, modern today. 7 would be our first 7 would be the first space vehicles. 8 would be an update to the space vehicles, and space migration. What would you call it? Planetfall. Colonization. Space colonization. 3 would be the warp. 9 would be the invention of the warp drive, and a new classification of bigger space vehicle, and that would then go up in tech level. 9, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. 10, 11, 12. 12 would see the motherships, and then you got 13, 14, 15, which is definitely high sci-fi, and 16, 17, 18 are multi-dimensional, I suppose. I don't know what you call it, really. No boundaries. I think that's fair enough analogy of what I was thinking for tech levels. Yeah. And anything above 18 is irrelevant, really. It's just goddom. Gods were here. Where's me coffee? Ah, thank you. Thank you, Pip. Pip will be joining me tomorrow for a bit of sailing. Oh, goody. So, I was just looking through the code that we've written so far, and looking at how far we've gone towards creating the model. And it seems we've gone and done it by accident. Where's our model? Here it is. I've just added a UUID at -1. That's all I've added there. I've put in model underscore current model loading, because that's what this is all about. And then I've come down here, which we've got all sorted out now. I know what the material file name is for now, that's fine. Yeah, I think we've done all of that. Data to OpenGL. Well, current model loading has normals, has textures, has an index count. Textures. There we go. I've done that one. I've answered that question by putting texture ID equals load texture. Material file name. File name. Okay, so I've now done that one. Data to GFX comes after that. And then after that we can clear all memory, I hope. So why haven't we cleared memory? Data to OpenGL. There's load texture. I'm actually just doing it now. Data to OpenGL. Why aren't we clearing the memory? Resize path line. Yeah. Data to OpenGL. Ah, there's your delete store OBJ data. Because we don't need to keep that around. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? Yes, it is. We could return it, I suppose. That's going to change the name anyway. No, it isn't. It's just going to change. That's going to be in a class. I'm going to have to. This is going to go into a class. This. Make a class. Model warehouse. I think we're going to call it. Because that's what it is at the end of the day. And that loads the models. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Where are we freeing up the data, though? There. Delete. We've left it in the delete, haven't we? Yes, we have. That can come out of there now. We've got a place for it. And that will be the end of data to GFX. Once it's gone to the graphics card, we don't need it anymore. So we can clean storage before we return out of here. Do we need... No, it's just a void. Well... we can now have model. Oh. Return model. clean the storage, you can return the model. So whoever asked for you... Oh, sorry. Return m_current model loading. There we go. That's successful. It's a dot. It's a dot, so it'll die anyway. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. Yep, it's a dot, so yeah, that information that we're holding in here will be destroyed. We'll return it and it gets destroyed here, so we've got a full copy of it, which is what we want. So now we can have model, and it'll just be we'll do tech level 3 shelf, and that will store shelf, and we'll store 10 models on there for now. Is that right? Yeah, that'll do. And we will have current int, yeah, UUID equal, we'll just stick it at 0 for now. Oh, I'm in the wrong place. I'm loading a texture here. Cut. Load model, thank you. God. And here is tech level 3 shelf, and that is UUID equals that. And then all we have to do is that copy paste dot UUID is universal unique identifying number. It can't be reproduced anywhere else in your program. You should have a program-wide global variable called UUID, but right now I'm just using it in a closed space to help us load models. That's all we're going to do with that. And that's what load model returns, really, I would have thought. If I keep it there, will it? No, it'll die. We have to decide what to do with it now. So it'd be return the shelf, which is model star. Yep. So you will receive a shelf back, or an array. So I'll put TL3 models. 10. Equals that. And it's amber. Well, that's what we've got to do. What's wrong with Amber 3D over here? Oh, right, okay. So can't do that. So TL3 models now equals that. It's not going to like doing this, is it? Get rid of that. Right, that's better. Right, okay, that's better. Expression must be a modifiable left value. No, didn't like the second one. I'm going to have to use vectors, aren't I? This isn't going to work. So I'll do that instead. std : vector. Thank you. Yeah, that's okay. So now we're going to need that. Copy. Thank you. And we can pull that up here. Return TL3 shelf. Paste. Okay. Take the 10 off. And here, UUID doesn't matter. Well, it does, but it doesn't. Because that will now be a pushback. Dot pushback. Like that. That's okay. I'll sort out the UUIDs some other time. Copy that into there. Get rid of your star. There we go. Everything's hunky-dory. And down here, we now have Bob. Fantastic. This is starting to work. Right, textures. I was just working out how to use STL to open, load up a texture, and I stopped at this one here. Set parameters. There's a reason for it. I was trying to think of what parameters I wanted to set. It's the biggest one. When you get a list as big as that, it's sometimes hard. So all we're doing is we're taking a surface, we're loading in a BMP using whatever file name we're given. Don't know where we're going to store them yet, so at the moment it doesn't do anything. It'll just create an error. That's not really the way to do it, I don't think. I think we're better off putting that to a null pointer. And then putting our texture BMP. Yeah. Equals that. And then if I like doing it properly, I don't like the way a lot of people do this, is equal to a null pointer still. Then STL log. So as you can see, I've literally just put very raw code in. Error. And that's texture file not found. And that's %s. And it's just comma file name. At the moment, it won't find any. Okay. So we enable the 2D texture. That's a good idea, always. We then have a storage variable, which shouldn't be down at the bottom, it should be at the top. Let's put your variables at the top. Yeah, I haven't finished here. Then we've got an if statement, which should always have a space after it, and then we've got a load of GL. So that's your open GL stuff. And now we are at the parameters. after all of that, you free everything up. So that one there is free up unneeded resources. Back to the system. So we switch the graphics card off from textures. We free up the BMP surface, and we can return a texture, which is, well, a uint as it is, because that's all it is. It's a handle. So that's the OpenGL handle. I could put that there, really. No, I'll just make a mess of this a lot. Blah 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 blah. Yep, I'm happy with that. And return value. Yes, that works now. So it's just these. God, it's these. Let's see if I can remember them. Oh, memories of a 3D gone by. So textures. These are always fun. Well, I know the first bit is always going to be that. Always is with a texture. So that's going to be the first bit. And then it's going to be comma GL underscore texture. And then it's going to be underscore. And at that point I'm just going to copy it. And I'm going to copy it out 4 times. See if I can put 4 of these in. So we need a minification filter. So that's a minification filter there. We will set that to GL linear, because that's standard. And that will do that one. Magnification filter as well, please. And we'll set that to GL linear. Should match, really. GL. You can have different kinds of designs here where things can get smaller faster, but linear seems to work better for 3D games. Get off the pad, you. Come on. Move it. Move it. Come on. Thank you, Muppet. Walking all over that. I don't know. Yeah, thank you. And that's that one. What else can we have? U and V. U and V coordinates for textures. SDL doesn't use U and V because it's special. God knows why. But you can also use S and T instead of U and V. And what we will want to do is GL clamp to border or to edge. To edge, I think, will be better. And we'll wrap. This just makes sure you don't get stupid black lines between your textures. Wrap T, which does happen if you don't do this. Yeah. GL clamp. Yeah, we'll have to edge, as you can see, to border. Extent, yeah, right. You can have it to wrap all the way around, I suppose. There we go. I think that'll do, actually. That's it. That's how you load a texture. I mean, the magic all happens on the next line. That's where you take your texture and feed it into the graphics card. That's the graphics card line there. So really, I could put send texture to GFX card. There you go, because that's what it does. Yeah, that's good. I like that one. It's nice and easy. It's nice and simple. It just fits on one screen, and it's no problem to anybody. It is Saturday, isn't it? Yeah. So now we've got everything except send data to GFX. That's going to be fun. Alrighty. How are we going to set this up? We've got all the information we need, and I've done it twice, but there's a problem here. We can't. We can only do it once. So... Has texture, has color array. Alright, so we're going to have to receive a load of data here. And we need to map all of this lot out. Yeah. Let's stop and think. Getting the data right might help. So, what are we going to need? And here we are. Okay, Muppet, what would you like to do? Sit in front of the screen. Is that what you want to do? Oh, you want attention. Okay, it's Saturday, I don't mind. Oh. So what do I want to receive? Well, we want the size of things. So things like size of indices. But what does that come in? What kind of flavour does the size of indices come in? Comes in the ints. Alright, that's easy then. So that's going to be an int. And that means we're going to need the array. And that will be uint star indices. That'll do. Comma. Next up, int size of positions. And these are going to be floats, aren't they? So float positions. There we go. That's easy enough. What comes after positions? I suppose colour or texture. So int size of colour. We'll do next. And that's just float. Star colour. We then have int size of texture. That will be again float. You can see where this is going, can't you? Texture. Oh, we're okay, we can use that. Texture will be fine. Because we don't, that's already been sent, that's already been done. That's on the GFX card, so there's going to be no clashes in naming. That was all I was worried about there. Int, what comes after texture then? Normals, yeah, we need those. Int, size of normal. Normals. They are float as well, so that's float. Star normals. This is what I meant about tricking it into going from a vector to an array, because that's what we're doing here, we're tricking it. So all we're doing is we're taking the address where the information is, and the size of is the thing that you would put in the brackets for an array. So I'm passing that in separately because we don't actually know it. uint start indices doesn't hold the size, just holds the start position of the data. So I think we've got everything, have we? We've got colour, we've got texture. Let's have a look. See if we've missed anything. Yeah, current model loading, yeah, we've got that. Liner text used, split store used, current colour used, has texture, has normals both used, file name now being used, vertex, texture, normal, face element has been used, diffuse colour and transparency. Colour's being used, transparency has been added into the colour. That's everything. So it all boils down to 4 items. 5 items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay, let's write this. Is it going to be a void? Not really. Because I still need to come out of here to free that surface, so we need a return value, don't we? The return value will be the VAO. And the size of indices we've already got. Have we already got it? Make sure we have it. Index count, yeah. So this is the last thing that we need. So this is actually m underscore current model. Oh god, no, current model loading dot VAOID equals that. What does a VAOID equal? It's a uint. There we go. let's set these up as proper calls. Oh, that didn't work. Right, the call is this lot. Just put it here for a sec. Right, so on the colour side, we will have index size, position size, and all that. Right, okay. So we'll have index size. That's an int, comma, and whatever we've decided the index thingy's going to be called. Index array. Okay, so I've made it quite easy for ourselves. Well, if I just place that. There we go. Index array. So that's the format. Comma. It's and. Is it just 1, 0 or 2? There we go. Yeah, that'll do. Right. Index size, index array. That's correct. So that's the address of the first element in index array. I'm going to pass that over, that address over, and the size, that's an array. Strange, isn't it? So now we get position. So pos, size, comma, and it's going to be and pos array 0. You can see where this is going already, can't you? Next one is color, size, comma, and then it is going to be and color array, comma. This is on the color side, is it? Yeah. It now goes to size of texture, which is 0, comma, texture itself, null pointer. Okay, that's not got a texture. And then normals. No, not normal. Let's go size. Size. And it's and normals array 0. There you go. And that's it. So all we do now is copy that out. Where's that got it there? I don't know. Alright, I'm messing up everything down there, am I? That's okay. Index size and index, yeah. That gets taken out of there. So you delete that line. and then complete it for the UV size, comma, and it's and UV array 0, comma. Why is that messed up? What's wrong with uint VAOID? Oh, it's not a type name anymore. How did we lose that as a type name? You're taking the Michael. All my uints have just died. Beats me. So that's how we change, except for uints have just died. Don't understand. Ah, right, they've changed colour. How the heck can it do that all of a sudden? Has it worked out that I haven't opened OpenGL? No, it hasn't. We initialize everything, do we? It's GLFW, okay. Right, stop messing me about, please, computer. Alright, what's this one here? Oh no, it's all gone back again. For some reason, annoying reason, doesn't seem to be working. So that gives us load model, texture loader. It creates the model and it returns it to the model store. This is where it gets a bit technical because it needs a window, camera and a light. Well, the camera and the light can be made from it. A window can be passed into it. Oops. Let's get this back up again. Let's make a model warehouse. Is this compilable? Even though it's saying it's a load of rubbish. Yes, it is. What will happen? We'll have a graphics card full of data. Ah, right, okay. Alright, so if I send the data to the graphics card, it's because of this. Okay, I don't really care. Let's carry on. I don't know what it's complaining about, to be quite honest with you. I've missed something somewhere, and I don't know what it is. So I'm just going to check my semicolons. What happened here? That's the VAO. Oh, I know what I've done. I knows what I've done. Underscore current. Caps lock, get off. Now it stopped all help. I could get annoyed. But I'm not going to. That is correct. So if I now have to put in here uint va id equals 0 or whatever it wants to equal right now, and I have to return it to complete the loop. Okay, that is no longer a problem. So that completes the uint. And there it is, yeah, okay. Comma, semicolon, semicolon, semicolon missing here. No, there isn't. That shouldn't be here. Just realised I've just plunked it in the middle of nowhere. Whoops. Current model VAOID, yeah. So that gives colour, no texture. That gives no colour and texture. That's correct. Lovely. That's sorted everything out. Everything's happy again. Yay! So that will now compile. Go into this. I've still got one. Where? Is it? Ah. I don't think that's correct. So we've got a window. So we must have OpenGL. I don't know. Run build task. Let's see what we get. See if it is correct or not. Yeah, it is. It's correct. There's no GL there. So it's in the wrong place. Shut down stuff. You two have to move. Whoops. Not like that, though. You two, you gotta move. You can't stay here. Sorry. Cut. And where are we going to put it? It's in the shaders. Shaders. Here it is. Okay. We can do that. Just go back to main again. Okay, fine. Just undo that again, I suppose. And then copy. Cut. Compile shader CCP. Put you two in here. Shader program 1 and shader program 2. Okay. They are uints, aren't they? Yeah. This has to be done properly. I'm just messing things up nicely. And that's a uint. Shader program 2. That's nice. And this is now in where it should be. Amber 3D, yes. So it's now Amber 3D. Colon. Shut down shaders. Okay, get that saved. Terminal, run build task. 3D, please. Looks good. I'll add you. And it's just now. Get rid of you as well. Shut down shaders. And that will be program 1, shader program 1, comma, shader program 2, semicolon. That works. Thank you. Right, have I got anywhere else that's lost OpenGL? Don't know yet. Test. No, that error right at the top. I know about the warnings. Error was right at the top. What have I done wrong? Included before glue. H. How? Okay, it's got to go after window. Okay. How? That's in the wrong place. I'll just delete it. Let it sort itself out. That's better. Error. Too many arguments to function void and blah, blah, blah. Shut down shaders. Huh? What? No, it does not. Ah, yes there is. Oh, I always forget something, don't I? Blades. What you like? Do your header files blades? Do you goddamn header files? There we go. Terminal. Run build task. Amber 3D. You see, it won't tell you in Amber 3D that you haven't done your header files because header files aren't compiled. It's a library. As you see, didn't do anything. But now, if I run the build task for test3D, should work. Good, that's better. That's more like it. That's what I wanted to see, compiles. Alright. Char star. Interesting. Okay, I'll change it. Good grief. Char stars. Bane of my life they are. Bane of my life. I'll be glad when we've got this cleaned up. Just put you on there. And let's get this loading done. This is where the fun starts, isn't it? Alright. This is where we're up to. Putting it onto the graphics card. Right, VAOID. I don't like it spelled like that. Right. That's going to equal create VAO. Yeah, I'll have that. So let's do that bit first. So what we have here is uint create VAO. That's better. Right, so how do we create a VAO? Shouldn't be hard, should it? Well, it's uint ID and it's OpenGL gen vertex for V Vertex arrays. Yeah, I'll have one of them. And that will go into and ID. Oops, and not star. Okay, so we generated it. We then have to bind it. Otherwise it doesn't work. Bind array set. Right, okay. Vertex array. And that's ID. Remember 0 means unbind. And we need to keep a record that this exists. But not here. We need to record it for deletion. I know that, but at the moment I'm not sure who it's going to it's going to belong to us, isn't it? It's going to belong to this set. Okay. There we are. That's how you create VAO. What else have we got? Got anything else here? Let's... Okay, VAO is a list of vertex buffer objects. So these are the pointers that it's going to store. Once it's open, it starts recording. The graphics card is now set to record mode. So that sets the GFX card into record mode, like a macro records, record mode for VBOs, vertex buffer objects. I'll put it in full. Vertex buffer objects. So that's what we're going to make next. Well, that's what it does. That create VAO by running that set of commands. We have now set the graphics card into record mode. Whatever we do next, it will record. And we want it to record all of this. All of this. And I'm not writing that many functions, so I think we'll have... two. Three. We've got to, if we've done a create VAO, and that's set it off, we have to, oh god, where did I put that? That's caps lock. No, there we go. We are going to have to really write the other one, which is unbind VAO. Which is, well, useful, I suppose. Well, it could be. It's just a command, give it a capital. Unbind VAO, please. There we go. And all that's really going to do is bind 0, I guess. Doesn't do much. GL bind vertex array 0. That's all it does. I mean, there's no magic to it. I'm not even sure it should be a separate thing. But it could prove useful. I don't know. Right, so we need our next Dubry. We're going to need to bind our indices. So let's do a bind indices. And it's going to be a VBO, isn't it? Yeah. And it's going to be size of indices. And we're going to have to also give it the indices, obviously. I would think. Might be a good idea. Yeah. We'll do that. Does it need anything else? Nah. No, that'll do. We may as well go down into the private section now. For what it's worth. CES, I put. Yeah, dices. And you'll get it wrong at some point. VBO. Oh well. This is just an int. S for size. And that is a uint. Star I. Whoops. Alright, so binding an indices buffer. Not really that hard, I suppose. We'll have a uint. On to VBOs now. Bring this up for you to the middle of the screen so you can see what's going on. Uint, VBO ID. Oh, I love doing this stuff. GL, gen, buffers. 1, comma, and. Can you tell me I've done this before? No, not really. Maybe I have. GL bind buffer, and this is a GL element array buffer. That's that one there, and it's S I GL static draw all day. Oh god. GL static draw. There we go. That's that done. Nobody's asking questions, which is good. So obviously everybody knows the OpenGL bits already. That's good news. So I've bound the buffer. No questions there. Let's give it some data. I've just done the wrong one. That is the data. So that was buffer data, not bind buffer. Whoops. So GL elementing, and that will just be VBO. This is GL, and it's buffer data. Underscore element array buffer. And then it's a size I pointer. Why is it a size I pointer? What? Const void data. Usage. Something's not right there. Oh, right. Fine. And again, need to record this for deletion later. So I know about that. Lovely. And interesting. We're going to have to make vectors out of this. Well, it's going to have to stay in here. And this is going to have to be deleted from within here. Yeah. Right, I'll do the deletions in a bit. Let's get this up and running first. Indices BVBO. Nothing more there. So we combined indices VBO, SNI. Lovely. Sounds good. And our last one. Wow. What we're going to call this one? Store our data. Well, on the shaders, they're in attribute. It's in an attribute list. So we'll have that store data in attribute list. Now the first one we're going to use is going to be 0. We know what that attribute is. It's the positions. So size of positions. Yeah, size of positions. And for each position there is 4 floats. And then we just need the positions itself. So positions. I'll do it. We've got a vec4 in our attribute list. So the 0 and the 4, we know where these are coming from. They're coming from up there where we converted everything. The 0 and the 4 is coming from your shader. So if you have a look at the top here, that's a frag, no, vert please. Location 0, vec 4, so it's 0 and 4. And it'll be 1 and 3, 2 and 4. Okay? I think it's a 2 on the next one. Yes, that's a 4, 432, yeah. This one's a 434. Lovely. Alright. So that will be that one. So what we're putting in location 1. Just looked at it and not read it. Location 1 is going to be the normals. Yeah, okay. So let's put those into location 1. So that is size of normals. And that's just normals. And that's a 3. And that's a 1. You can see what's coming up next, can't you? If m underscore current model loading dot has texture, yeah, then and else store attribute list 1. So this will be attribute list 2. And that one will be different. So that's a 2. And that's a 2. So it will be, if the current model loading has texture, then we want to put size of texture here and a 2. Thank you, Muppy. That's my arm. Can I have it back, please? Thank you. And for textures, it's a U and a V, so it's a 2. Otherwise, it's going to be size of colour. Ow. Ow. You just stuck your claw in me. I'm fighting the cat for my leg. Get off it. Right. What we got here? Size of colour. And of course, colour is now going... Oh, God, I've done it again, Anna. What am I doing here? Oh, right, yeah. Just delete. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Size of colour and colour. There we go. So that is 2. Could be either of those. One's a texture, size 2. The other one's size of colour, which is a 3. If they were both the same size, it'd be really nice. Because you could just lie to it. Muppet, you really are hurting me. Thank you. Yikes. So I'm just going to do that for a second. We're going to copy that. And we'll just pop it in here. So, store attribute, is that a void? Yeah. We don't need to return anything. So that looks like an int. Int. It'll be location, won't it? I'm guessing. uint attrib location. There we go. Or attribute number. Don't really mind. That's data. That's the size of the data being sent in, which is just an int. The 3 is items per data, and that's an int. That's items. Yeah. Per data. It'll read okay like that, won't it? Yeah. And the last bit is just float star data, isn't it? Yeah. I've now got to the stage where I can call it data. Yay! Because that's exactly what it is. And that needs to be an N for it all to work. Yeah, that's going to work, innit? Yeah. Lovely. Is that right? This is looking a little bit too simple for me. Yeah. Okay. Fine. If it's going to be this simple, it's going to be this simple, I guess. Let's try and do this one. Let's try and make this. Why have I got this down here again? It's just being stupid. Okay. That's fine. We'll give it another chance. We'll give it another save, and hopefully the little red mark will just go blink. And it'll go away, because it's wrong. Strange. Strange. Store data in attribute list is... let's give it an ID. So, uint. Again, it's a VBO, so I'll call it VBO ID. GLGen buffer. Yep. Gen buffer. We'll just have 1, comma, and VBO. ID. Where are we up to now? Let's give it buffer data. I thought we would have had to bind the buffer. Interesting. Well, I'll do that. GL bind. Bind buffer. And this is going to be a GL array buffer. So GL array buffer. Yes. Comma. And a VBO. ID. Nice. Just the same as before in a GL buffer date. Ow! No. No, 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 no. No. You're not... No. Alright, we'll move the pad then. If you're going up there. Awkward cat. Let's grab some orange juice if I can. Awkward. You're not having me orange juice either. Get off it. There we go. Orange juice as well. God, I needed that. Buffer data, yay, GL. And it's an array buffer. Comma. What do we need for this one? The size. Okay. And that one. What do we need next? Void star data. So that's data. And usage. Not really care actually. It doesn't matter about this too much. It does, but not for me right now. We'll do later. Now we need to make sure that the pointer is set up for the attribute. Okay. It's vertex attrib, isn't it? This is the hardest one to remember. I always get the wrong one. It's an attrib. So ATTRIB, and then it's a pointer. That one. That's the one I want. So Gluent index is the attribute number. Size is items per data. Next one, type. Floats, aren't they? GL floats. Normalize. So I'm not going to modify this or make it special. I'm just going to put the raw stuff on. So I'll just put GL faults. I mean, that's what most people tell you to do, but that's not correct. If it's a normals that you're sending through, I really want GL true in there. But yeah, we'll have to see about that. No stride, everything's in one. And I haven't got one for you. You can use the whole buffer. Send everything. Do everything. Switch this buffer off. Right, finish with the buffer. We switch it off. And again. I've got one of these. Get a collection of these. Why can't you GL bind buffer 0? Because I haven't put the other bit in. There you go. You'll be happy now. It's still there, it's still red and it's wrong. That's it. All the data is now on the graphics card. Done. So that's all we had to do. Data to GFX card is that. It returns a VAO ID which we put in the current model that we're loading, and we return the current model that we're loading back to whoever wanted it in the first place, which was the load model. Parse line, data to GL, get ourselves a model back, Amber 3D model back, goes onto the shelf for tech level 3, and then make sure it's got a unique UUID. The only thing I have forgotten there is that we have to change the UUID after using it. There we go. We can delete all the stored object data. Or are we already doing that now? Oh no. We can actually delete store OBJ data, can we? Yeah, we could, I suppose, but that all needs sorting out into a class. So we'll see about that some other time. But that's how you load a model. You parse it, you then send it to OpenGL. You have to split that OpenGL down into quite a lot of stuff, only because there's quite a lot of rubbish to be done. But the final parts are actually, you can see how simple it is at the end of the day. It's only a few instructions. That's what it boils down to, is that list of instructions there, which just runs this lot here. I think that's a waste of time. And you can go in here. Keep all that lot private. That's better. Alright, freeing up needed resources. Yes, indeed. We now have 3 notes. In here. And what are we going to call these? I want... Okay, what should we have for VAO? M_VAO. I suppose. Pluralize it, VAOs. Yeah, that'll do. What will we call this one? M_VBOs. What should we call this one? The same again as an M_VBO. Yeah. Is it? Is it different? No, it's not. Not for the way we're going to delete it. No. So that goes under VBOs. So we only need 2 variables. And they're all floats. Oh no. They're all uints. Okay. That's simple enough, really, when you think about it. And just add it at the bottom. Vector, because I don't know how many of these we're going to get. Uint. Star. And we can just call it m underscore VBOs. Standard vector uint star. Is it worth having a uint star? Not really. I don't think it is. Not really, not that I can think of. It's not going to take up that much room, I hope. Could do. VAOs. There we go. So this is now VBO dot push back, and it's VBO ID. Ooh. Hey, it's SepiTW. 313. Oh my god, I've noticed it straight up. Do you know that Sports Manchester United is playing? Who are they? Just joking, I know who they are. SepiTW, good to see you. Good to see you. I'm just ironing out what to do with me vertex buffer objects. Manchester United's playing. Put that in a separate window then. whilst you're programming. I don't watch football. I don't watch TV at all. Sorry. I'm not a big fan of the outside world. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to make them all horrible, 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 horrible thingies. But we are missing one somewhere. Has anybody worked out what I've missed? Because there's another one. And this is the last one, I promise. Uint star. I used to work in Manchester at one point. Not for long though. A bit far to travel. The train journeys did me in after 2 weeks, I must admit. But yeah, 2 weeks. It was a test if you're really British. Yes, I'm British. Yes, I'm not English though. That's a different story. I am British. I can have a British passport, yes. I'm a true Brit. I just don't drink tea. I know I should drink tea. I know. I've got orange juice though for today because it's too hot. It's 22 degrees here. That's outside. Above this hot computer. It's not that hot today. Good. It's about 30 degrees. At least my computer's cooled down to about 60 now. What did I do with those textures? Can anybody remember? Ah, there. It's here. M underscore text IDs pushback. Do I have a bowler hat? Actually, no. I wouldn't mind one though. I really wouldn't mind one. I should have. And texture. Take the address of that texture. There we go. Alright, that collects all the text IDs together. This will collect all the VBO IDs together. So that's a dot pushback. Woo, pug. Pug. Pickup group. Push back. Oh dear. And VBO ID. What was it? I don't know if you caught yesterday's stream or have had a chance to view it on YouTube, but Seppi, you should really go and watch it. It starts off quite interesting, and then I'm going to do some programming, and I suppose I'll spoil it all. But I do a very, very calm rant. You might be interested in that one. You might actually have some views on that one. I don't know. Push back, please. Pug again. Go away. Go away, pug. And ID. Didn't even put VAO in front of that one I got. Okay. Why is my return not working? Ah, that's why. Let's do it properly. There we go, that's properly done now. Lovely. I'm done. Oh. Darn it, I got to delete those. I'm a sucker for deletion, aren't I? Okay, I'll show you a different way of deleting them. I think I've covered virtually every single way I can delete a pointer in this. I'll show you a different way. There is a different way. There we go. This one, might interest you. This one might be interesting. We'll do a for uint star VAO in M underscore VAOS. And then what we're going to do is GL delete vertex arrays 1, comma, VAO. Semicolon. How's about that? So for each VAO that we stored in MVAOS, we'll delete it. How's that for cleaning up your pointers? Eh? I think that's quite good. I think it reads better anyway. So we can do VBOs now. For each VBO in BOS, GL delete, and what's this? It's a buffer, isn't it? Let's just delete buffers. And that will be a 1, comma, VBO. Have you ever seen that done before? That's it's a very, very easy way of using a for next loop. So I like it. I actually like it. So this one's delete textures. be a 1, comma, text we'll call it. Because we can. And that's text. So whatever you call it there has to match whatever comes in here. Except for this one, which is being awkward with me all of a sudden. It's just being an idiot. Thank you. And these have to match these. That's them. A very easy way of clearing out your OpenGL stuff after you delete the store OBJ data. So we can't delete our OBJ data until we close the program. So how are we going to do this? We're going to have to make it into a class, aren't we? God damn it. I knew we were going to make it into a class, but... Make a class. Okay, I will. Class. There you go. Model warehouse. This is where we're going to keep them all on the shelves. So there we go. And there's my class. So we'll go public. And we will have a model warehouse. This is an easy way of doing classes, I must admit. Space, forget it, I don't care. And title, model warehouse. I'll do it properly in a minute. And we have to put a delete in there of at least one thing, which is here. So it's this bit here. You come out of here. I don't want you in here. We'll pop you there. Pop a colon there. And we'll just have store OBJ data. I haven't put an M in front of it yet, but that's for a reason. OBJ data equals new. Store OBJ data. Should have put Amber in front of that. No, I shouldn't. There we go, and that just says that. For some reason, it doesn't like it. Well, it can get stuffed for its own reasons. I usually do it properly, but today I'm doing it wrongly. So now we have to put our M underscore, our M underscore, our deletion. Right, so what have I messed up now? M underscore, M underscore. Okay, that's looking okay. Got one more there, haven't I? M underscore. Yeah, you just don't belong there anymore, do you? poor little thing. Now it'll delete in the correct place. SDL log. Model warehouse shut down. There we go. Wish I could write things properly. There you go. No. Nearly. Yay! Do I get a prize when I spell it right? And that's model warehouse constructed. God, we're doing ace. Right, now Seppi's here. I'll show him what I've just done. We have just created a model warehouse here. So I've now got you with a big tick in it. We've got load model, we've got load texture, we've got the create model, but we haven't put the M from MVP in there. And that's naughty of us. So there should be a mat4 model matrix somewhere. We have to give it one. Well, a model matrix, that is. So we're going to have to dangle that off the end of our model matrix. It's right all the way up here. I told you it's going to be a few lines of text, this one. Keep going. There we are. So, what are we going to need? We are going to need a GLM, colon, mat4, and I'll call it a U underscore model matrix to make sure that I remember that it's a uniform value to be passed into the shader matrix. That's what the U stands for. So I'll have one of those. And that equals GLM, colon, mat4, dink, done. Shine damper to the power of 2 equals 2. U reflectivity can start at 0.01. I don't know. There we go. Oop, that's an F. That's an F if I ever saw one. Right, let's get my F's put in here properly as well, because I'm being lazy. I don't want doubles, I want floats. Okay, I'm happy. So that's all the object data, which gets wiped. All of this gets wiped out. The only thing that we actually keep is that bit there. Well, actually, that bit and that is all we keep. Everything else is deleted, really. So after a model has been returned, you've got to specify that current model starts at a 0 value. And I bet I haven't. No, I haven't. So current model loading has to equal null. I think it should be a new and a delete, but hey ho, won't matter. It'll delete itself because you're returning it here, hits that bracket, wallop, goes dead. Next. Every time you run that, there's a new one created automatically. That's fine. So we now have our IDs. We now have our texture IDs or colors, depending. And most importantly, If you've got your VAO ID and your index array size or index count, those are the only two things you need for GLDraw elements. Those are the two items. We're done. We've got a model. Whoa. We have to make sure we delete these models at some time. I've got a uint coming out of there. Yeah, that's okay. Uint. Voids. I hate voids. Void store face. Yeah. Void cleanup. Yeah. There's a few voids knocking around which I need to get rid of. Right, let's have a good look at the model warehouse now. Make sure everything's okay in here. It is. Return a shelf full of models. Depending on how many models we want to load, that's a different matter. What's wrong with load model? Has no member, load model. You're right, it doesn't. Because I just changed it, didn't I? I just called it model warehouse, didn't I? So that's going to be Amber 3D model. I'll have a model warehouse if you don't mind. Thank you. Star model warehouse equals a new. This is where it gets funny. Because I'm going to alter it all now to do something really weird. Why do I need the shelf of models? I need the shelf of models to give it to the renderer. Who should give it to the renderer? Me, who's using the API, or the model warehouse? Well, why don't we just attach the model warehouse to the renderer and just pass it straight over? Why do we need it? We don't. We don't care about it. It's nothing to do with us. So all of this to do with models here, all we have to do is open up a model warehouse and fire it off. Yeah. Cut. So what we really should be doing now is model warehouse, and we should be just saying initialize. Initialize models. That's what we should do. So we're going to need one of them. And you can also have that as a bool. If there's any errors, don't open the window and just exit type of thing. So we can use error checking on that line. Am I going to right now? No. Model warehouse. Psst, by the way, you should have one of these, I believe. Should you not? Don't like the looks of that. Why is everything too far out? Class. You're in the way. Right, okay. Bum bum, shift, alt, ping, tab, done. That's right, yeah. That line should be there because that's private. I'm not sure if that should be public or not. Anyway, it doesn't matter at this point. The point is we're doing it this different way. We now have load model that works, or we believe it to work. Model warehouse doesn't seem to want to work for some reason. Why does it keep giving these things? Can't work out the shutdown shaders is correct. You can't work out model warehouse is correct. Shaders are made there. Well, that can be moved into the initializer as well. Because we don't need to see the shaders, do we? The shaders are going into... Well, create shaders going into the base shader over here. So that'll get transported out anyway. So that's that lot taken care of. Which is that taken care of. Fine. I know why it is, because I haven't included them. Yeah, right, okay. That's fine. That's fine. Good. I'm happy with that. So now, we're at the stage where we can load them properly. Because we've got everything we need now to load them with. All we have to do is say what we want to load. What's the best way of doing that? Use a database. What's the best way of using a database? Put a file in. So Model 3D. What we're going to do is we're going to have a new folder. And we're going to call it Tech Level 3. There we go. And for our test, we're going to put Bob in there. He won't mind being Tech Level 3. He'll like it. He'll might have sword, shields, or throw magic around or something. So we'll just pop him in there. Now, that's going to cause a problem. Because now, we don't want Bob, we want Tech Level 3 Bob. Yeah. So it isn't load Bob anymore. All I'm going to do for now is a direct load Bob. Okay. I'm not going to do it any other way. I'm just going to load him up so we can get him on screen. So there we go. And it's going to be TL3/Bob. He's Tech Level 3, you plonker. Okay. What I do want to do is put in a new file, and it's going to be current shelf .txt, like that. And that's just going to start with hash name of object, model. What else do we want? Position. And position X, Y, and Z. What else do we need? We need his rotation? No. It doesn't matter. So we can have position in the world. No, I don't want position. We'll decide on that. For now, I'm just going to have name and model. I'll think about that one. I haven't really thought that through fully yet. So it's just going to be a name of model. So instead of doing that, what I would do is a loop reading that text. So it'd be TL3 Bob. So in this text file, for example, you would then have like Bob. And that's all you'd have. Oh, yes. And that would be false. So I could read it. And that's all I'd need. Just going across here is the format going across there, and Bob and all the bits and pieces going across there. So we can read in a set of models. We just read that text file. And of course, we've got a text file reader already written. So it's not exactly hard, is it? And you could have tech levels 1 to 20, I've said. So you could have lots and lots and lots of different tech levels, full of models of different technological shapes and sizes. So I'm just going to do that. Be lazy. Better put a void in front of that or something. Do something with it. It's just going to load a model. And we are going to put that into tech level 3 shelf. So we can put that here, can't we? That one goes there. So that was standard vector of Amber models. Did I star it? Dunno. TL3 shelf. Okay. Is it just model? Amber 3D : MODEL. Let's do it properly. What does load model return? Doesn't have to return anything now, does it? All I've got to do is put an M in front of that. And you're not needed anymore all of a sudden, because it's just duplication. And that means I'm looking for the shelf. There it is. M underscore pushback. UUID. That's going to be M underscore. That's going to be M underscore. And that's going to be M underscore. So int. And that equals 0. Done. Should clear everything there. 0.uuid equals 0. Don't understand why you got a problem with that. TL3 shelf, you're not emmed. There we go. That's why. Don't need to return anything. Thank you very much. Get rid of a few lines there. There we go. So that now just stacks them up until they get deleted, which is when Model Warehouse itself gets deleted. And it still can't do it there. I don't understand why it's doing this at all. Ah, right. Because you haven't finished the line. That's why. There we go. That's all happy and dunky. I'll put it in here. Delete model. I don't actually have to put this in. It's automatic, by the way. That bracket automatically does that statement there. I've just typed in. And it's still looking at that. Peak definition. It's definitely a comma. It's got to be there for now. Otherwise we don't have shaders. Simple draw elements. I'll put one in here, couldn't I? No, I can't. I've got no light. Darn it! I really want to put this up on the screen. Erg. Okay. I don't know. Don't know why it won't follow. Let's see how many mistakes I've made. Why haven't I used size of texture? I should have done. Uh, 258. Not used size of texture. Yes, I have. It says it there. Unused parameter texture. Ah, I see. It's handy if I put the right one in, isn't it? Right, what's the next one? Unused variable 388. UUID thingy. Load model. Fair enough, you don't want it. You can't have it then. That's you done. No return statement in function returning non-void. Return type 411. Because it doesn't do it anymore. doesn't have to. There we go. I think that's roughly wraps that up. Wow. It's not bad for an old git like me. That's a model loaded. How can we tell? And that's the problem. Well, the UUID would go up. Let's see. How can you prove it? Because everything's on the only way we can prove it is by putting it on the screen, I think. Let me just close this up a little touch for a while and see if it'll work it out itself next time we come back. Right, to get it on screen, that's a whole different thing. We've got our map flooring for model. We've got perspective in the window. I know because I wrote it in. So we've got that one. We need a camera, some light, and this lot here, writing. Now this lot here is something that I know about. Okay. The model store can make a camera and light. The warehouse can make a camera and light. So that can go onto there. And this is what we need to do next. Yeah. But I also now need to tidy up main, because main is now full. And it knows it's full because it's giving me those silly errors that don't exist. Or they do exist, but they don't, if you know what I mean. It's always awkward how to describe those errors. Yeah. It's come straight back. Yeah, it's an error then. It's the way I've written it. It's an error in the way that nothing to do with shaders should be in here at all. And that's going to be the next thing. We've got to get rid of all of that lot. Just like now we have a model warehouse that we just initialize and all the models are loaded. We need a renderer which the model warehouse will then initialize for us. And all we do is then say here is model warehouse update. Yeah. And that's all we say, really. And that'll fire the renderer off. I mean, your actual main program really isn't going to be that big. In fact, it's going to be goddamn tiny. Most of it's going to be done by the model warehouse, which is what I want, because it's got to all fit into one thing. And a model warehouse is good because then I can attach a model warehouse using Amba 3D to both of the graphical user interface, and I can put a separate one on the display program. So there'll be two of these. One will be attached to the user interface and one will be attached to the display. And we already know that we can move around and stuff, so yeah, that'll work. That will actually work. Is there any questions, anybody? I mean, I just doodled this morning. I mean, is it any good? Does it look right? Batch renderer that fires off draw color and draw texture, which is going to use a map UUID for each model. So each model is going to be placed into a map, and that's going to, and each model is going to hold its own M matrix. So model matrix. We've got the window for the P matrix. We just need the camera, and we can do an MVP and just send it straight down here. Send your MVP straight down, draw color or draw texture, or maybe draw terrain later after I've done the first two. That'll be the third. But by the time we get to drawing terrain, we'll already have create shader, base shader. It's ridiculous, and all we'll have to do is this bit, and then just plug it onto the batch renderer and let it do it. So your terrain will just slot underneath. And if you've got anything else like weather, you can slot that one on. Water, slot that one on. You know, it's built like Lego. So this is like, if you imagine this to be Lego, that's how it's built. So yeah, should work, but I do need to clean up now, because we're getting like these update all doesn't do anything yet. Yeah, just call it update all, why not? Identify a load model is undefined. Well, yeah, it will be for you for a bit, because you don't know what's going on. How did this happen? What's going on here? How did I manage to do that? Oh, bless. That's why, okay. So yeah, I think that's alright. What time are we on? 4 o'clock. Right, okay. I'm quite happy with my overtime. Do I get paid extra today? No. Well, actually, yeah, I get double my normal payment, which is well, nothing, zero, zilch. There we go. Any questions? Any questions about anything? I'm not bothered. Absolutely anything. Orange juice is nice. It came in. It's cold. It's been refrigerated. This orange juice. Fresh orange juice out of the fridge. I'll tell you what, though. I think if I work hard enough this next week, hoping I can, I'll have the whole lot of that. Well, the raw code for everything that's on here coded in. I've already got the create shader. Base shader takes about 5 minutes to do. Then I've got to work on this bit. the color shader and the text shader. Then I can do the batch renderer, draw texture. Then I'll know how to use the map, and then I can put the map into the model warehouse. I can't put the map in there until I've done all of this. But it'll work. Guarantee that. 100% guarantee. I know it'll work because I'll make it work. Yeah. Well, I won't need to make it work. It does work. That's how you do batch renderers. It's the easiest way in the world to do it. And to make it expandable for later, because I'm going to need it a lot. So, in the meantime, I'm going to let all you lovely people get off. And if the football match is still going, good luck with that. Manchester United. Grief. I hope you're not a supporter, Seppi. Mind you, I've got nothing against you if you are. It doesn't really affect me too much, thank God. I'm happy with the fact that it says it's an error. I'll sort that out. And I'd like you all to keep on exploring. Next time you're here, I'm hoping if I get some spare time tomorrow, I'll start moving these classes out. Because I've got a class now for store object. I mean, that can be taken out as one. And now I've got a class for model warehouse. That can be taken out as one. That'll clear it all up. Because that's the model warehouse. And that's the end of the other one. So it's 2 classes of that. So it's just a copy and paste. Well, cut and paste. I'm not sure where to put the model. Probably leave it in here. Probably leave it in there, yeah. I like that. So I'll put the model with this, and I'll put all this struct obj data reference stuff here with this as well. So I'll keep it all together for you, in case anybody wants it. Any files you do want, shout. Let me know, send me an email, and I will mail you back with a zipped up copy, or whatever you want. It'll be zipped up, well, it'll be compressed somehow. If you want it zipped, tell me, and I'll get it transported over to Windows and zip it. Oh, can I do a zip from here? Dunno. We'll see. We will see. And we will enjoy. And above all, I can tell you now, looking at that, yikes, we're going to have fun. Next time I see you, it'll be probably tomorrow, naval combat. I'm going to have a little bit of ship-to-ship fighting in the 1800s. I'm a pirate in the Caribbean. And then on Monday, I will get stuck straight into this. And hopefully I've cleaned up enough to be able to do everything. Got to make sure that line goes across there for Monday. So we've got all the ticks above the line. Yes, we have. Okay. Catch you later. And if you're lucky, I might even do another video tonight, but that'll be XCOM. And have fun.